Hi, this is Kyle with L&R English. And if you can't pronounce Kyle, you can call me Kai, because that's what my host mom did in Maizuru. She couldn't pronounce Kyle, so she called me Kai. So just KY without the LE. This is Kyle with L&R English, and today we're going to do the second sacred question in Gendol. The first sacred question is, of course, who are you going to listen to? And now that you're listening to me, we can move on to the second sacred question. Are you ready? What are you going to give? What are you going to give towards your education? What are you going to give in order to learn English? Now, everybody's obviously thinking, well, money. I'm going to give money. If I give money, then I'm going to get English. No, hold on. That's not how it works. Money can get you time, but still, what's really important is the time part, not the money part. So, what are you going to give is not like, well, $1, $2, 100yen, 200yen. No. We're not talking about money. We're talking about time. So what are you going to give? Well, how much time are you going to give towards your study of English? So every day, 5 minutes, every day, 10 minutes, every day, an hour, every day, 2 hours. I mean, what's it going to take in order for you to learn a language? Now, remember, the first sacred question is, who do you listen to? And you're listening to me. So I can only speak from my personal experience. But my personal experience, I gave 10 months every day. In those 10 months, I would wake up and go to bed. And every time, the whole time I was awake, I was learning Japanese. So, what are you going to give? Well, I gave every day for 10 months, and I think I got some good results. いや、ペラペラではないんですけれども、でも毎日、周りの日本人を聞いて、モノマネして、喋れるようになったんじゃないか。違うか。十分？結構うまい？わかんないんだけど。But what about you? How much time do you give? And this alone is going to determine whether or not you're going to be able to speak English in the future or not. So, in the sacred questions here, this is the second sacred question. Now, a sub-question of this second sacred question is, when are you going to give it? When are you going to give the time? Assuming that you're not giving the time now. Obviously, by listening to this, you're kind of prepping yourself for the coming education. But you really need to solidify this in your mind. When are you going to give the time? Because today is a great day. Look at the weather, look at the clouds, a beautiful breeze. If there was any time to study a language, I would choose right now. So when are you going to give this time? 帰りの電車、その時も教材聞いて、勉強します。Well, that's okay. That's fine. いや、週末ね、仕事終わってから、時間があるから。Even if you do this, though, that's twice a week. And probably you're only going to do it for like 1 hour, 2 hours anyway. When are you going to give your entire life to learning this new and interesting language? Because essentially, that's what you got to do. And I'm not being over dramatic in saying this, but you must really, really dedicate yourself to your new studies. So, the third sub-question of the second sacred question, I know it's getting really difficult here, but when are you going to quit your job? Because if you quit your job, you're going to have a lot of time. And if you have the time to invest into your studies, you're going to see a lot of results. It's really as simple as that. The more you invest your time, the more results you're going to get. So if you invest 1 hour a week, you're going to get like 1 point worth of results. But if you were to invest 10 hours a day, well, you'd get about 10 points worth of results. And I'm going to take a guess. Well, if you're in school, hopefully you're studying English, but if you're not getting the results, then this is the same question. But when are you going to quit your school or your job, and when are you going to go to a place where everybody speaks English and you can just immerse yourself? Yeah. No excuses. I decided that I wanted to go to Japan when I was age 16. And for the next 2 or 3 years, I was basically preparing. And how was I preparing? I was saving my money. So money is important. Don't get me wrong. Please, by all means, invest into books or CDs or anything like that will help you learn. But the biggest and best thing that you can possibly do is some sort of exchange program. Leave the country. At the very minimum, buy a plane ticket and get out of here. So, when are you going to quit? If you could answer that question, well, then you've kind of answered the second question of when are you going to give it? But then that initial sacred question number 2, what are you going to give? It's time. Think about it. If you have any questions, please just email me, Kyle with LNR English, Master of Gendol. だってあなたみたいに外国語を喋りたいんじゃないか。まあ自分で言うんですけれども、マスターだと思うんですけれども、違うか。If you have any questions, please ask. 日本語でも大丈夫だから。まあ漢字ちょっと読めない時はあるんだけど。But please ask, and I'd be happy to get back to you. So take it easy, but really, really meditate on this one. When are you going to start?